I'm going to show you how to make 3-ingredient biscuits and also sausage gravy. Now, the biscuits are pretty easy. It does take a few times to really get the hang of it, but hopefully this video will help you with that. So first off, I'm using self-rising flour. This way I don't have to add a whole bunch of like baking powder or anything like that. It's just everything that I need is in this bag already. I'm gonna do about 2 cups. It'll probably make about 8 or so biscuits. It really just depends on how big you cut them out and how thick you make them. So there's 2 cups. Okay, so I'm also just gonna take about a handful of Crisco and I'm gonna put that into my flour. Probably just another little scoop. All this is going to do is it's going to create pockets within the dough, and as the Crisco melts, it's going to leave little holes throughout, and that's what gives you a really airy, flaky biscuit. Also, I'm going to take some Crisco and put it over here in the pan that I'm going to be putting it on. And this pan is going to go into the oven that we just preheated to 375, and we're going to put it in there and let the pan itself get hot, and this Crisco and everything is going to melt.
I'm taking the shortening and pinching it into the flour. I don't want it to get completely incorporated into the flour, but I do want to just make it into smaller pieces. Next, I'm going to add in some buttermilk. This all just depends on the amount of flour that you've put in. I don't have a perfect measurement for it. Once I feel like it's the right consistency, I'm going to lay out some flour on the counter and throw my dough onto the counter. This way I'm able to pat it out, adding as much flour little by little until I feel that it isn't too sticky, but we also don't want it to be so dry that the biscuits crack open or anything like that. So remember that wet is always better. I'm going to pat the dough out to about 1/2 inch. You can do it thicker if you'd like. It really just depends on personal preference. I prefer a biscuit that is crunchy on the outside and flaky on the inside. I'm using a glass cup to cut out my biscuits. I don't have a biscuit cutter, so if you do, great, use that. Otherwise, just improvise with whatever will work. I've also seen people take cans from like canned beans or biscuits or something, wash them out and cut off both ends and cut out their biscuits that way. So that's definitely an option if you want to go that route. Notice as I put my biscuits in the pan, I'm flipping them over so that both sides get coated with the shortening that's on the bottom. This is the Bob Evans sausage. I chose this because it was actually on sale at Kroger, and it's pretty good. We would normally use the hot Jimmy Dean sausage. However, with smaller kids, hot isn't always their favorite, so this worked best for us this particular day. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and clean up my counter. I'm going to get a washcloth wet with pretty hot water and wipe it off that way. I'm breaking apart the meat the best that I can. Once it has actually cooked, then you can remove some of it if you'd like, but we enjoy a much chunkier gravy. I poked the biscuits a little bit and my finger left an indentation, so I knew that they weren't quite ready to come out yet. I put them back in for a few more minutes, and then I'm just going to add some flour to the skillet with my sausage. And I just want to add enough so that it gets incorporated into that sausage. And you want to cook it for a few minutes to make sure that you cook the flour taste out of it. When I see that there's more grease in the bottom that hasn't been absorbed by the flour, then I add a little bit more. And just continue to do that. You can always add more, but you can never take any away. At this point, it's ready for me to add milk. I just use 2% milk. You could use whole milk, and usually that turns into a creamier gravy, but I was just using what I had on hand. Gave it a quick stir, and then checking the biscuits again. Whenever I pull them out, I poke them again, and there's no indentation. They bounce back whenever I put any type of pressure on them. So then I'm just going to turn my oven over to broil, and I have a gas stove, so my broiler is on the main bottom. I was able to take my biscuits out. They just need maybe a minute or two in the broiler, and then they're done. My gravy, I could see, was starting to get thick. It was just starting to thicken up. You don't want it to sit on there too long. So I went ahead and put in some salt and pepper and turned off the heat. That's the finished product. We got some really good crunchy biscuits on the outside, nice and flaky and airy and light on the inside, and some really awesome sausage gravy. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below and give it a like, and go ahead and subscribe. I have tons of more recipes up my sleeve. Thanks, y'all. See you later.